We love food colored green, bell peppers and long string beans, pickles, celery, cucumbers too. All these foods are good for you.
Welcome to Storytime Cooks, where we learn about food through books. Today we're going to be reading The Night Before St. Patrick's Day. This story is by Natasha Wing, illustrated by Amy Woomer, and is published by Grosset and Dunlap. This week is St. Patrick's Day, and that is such a fun holiday. Let's read and learn a little bit in this story about St. Patrick's Day and leprechauns. St. Patrick's Day is actually on March 17th. And if you could see this calendar, the 17th would be circled. This year, St. Patrick's Day is on a Friday. 'Twas the night before St. Patrick's, the day to wear green. Not a creature was stirring except Tim and Maureen. And they have pulled out their St. Patrick's decorations. They have clovers and green streamers and a banner and a good little St. Patrick's hat. But over here in the corner, you will see a little leprechaun. And that little leprechaun is going to be doing all kinds of crazy things in this story. Just wait and see. They decked out the den from ceiling to floor with streamers and rainbows and shamrocks galore. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Later, they carefully made traps with gold charms and rings. I bet we'll catch a leprechaun because they love shiny things. For if they caught one, so the legend told, they'd find where he had buried a big pot of gold. They set all the traps around the room with great care in hopes a wee Irishman would soon be theirs. And they have all kinds of little traps that they're going to try to use to catch that little leprechaun that we saw. Because if they did, then they thought they might find a big pot of gold coins. The children then nestled all snug in their beds while visions of gold coins danced in their heads. They're thinking about what they would do if they found a pot of gold coins. Happy St. Patty's Day, said Dad early the next morning. Then he started to play his bagpipes without warning. I bet that woke them up. If you've not heard bagpipes, they can be a little screechy. He huffed and he puffed an old Irish song. Mom dished out green eggs. That's always fun. And they sang loudly along. What a fun St. Patrick's Day. When from their bedroom there arose such a clatter, the kids ran down the hallway to see what was the matter. And what to their wondering eyes should appear? What do you think it's going to be? But a terrible mess. The leprechaun was here. Oh my goodness, he wrecked their room. He's got toys everywhere. While they were eating their breakfast, the leprechaun came. Be quiet, whispered Maureen. He's hiding somewhere. When we find him, remember we must hold his stare. For if you look away for as much as a blink, leprechauns vanish quick as a wink. The kids trailed muddy footprints back and forth across the floor. There's the leprechaun's footprints. They've got their magnifying glass out so they could see them, which led under Tim's bed and past the closet door. And then inside a trap, they heard someone giggle. A real live leprechaun. They both saw him wiggle. Oh my goodness. His eyes, how they twinkled, his body so tiny. His hand clasped a trinket so gold and shiny. He was dressed all in green from his head to his toes, and he looked like a cobbler wearing fairy-sized clothes. The children approached him, staring straight in his eyes. Tell us where the gold is, and don't be tricky, no lies. I buried it under a rock, smooth and hard. It's marked with an X, and it's in your backyard. They got excited. They thought they were going to find a pot of gold in their backyard. But when the kids went outside with their shovel and pick, they instantly saw it had been a big trick. There are rocks with X's all over the backyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lots more. Where would they begin to dig to find the pot of gold? Ha ha ha, I fooled you. It's time to disappear. Happy St. Patty's Day to you, and better luck next year. They didn't find a pot of gold, but they had a lot of fun. And they had a mess to clean up in their room, didn't they? In our story, they had a rainbow. And we have a rainbow poster with a rainbow of colors from fruits and vegetables. But today, since it's St. Patrick's Day, we're going to focus on green ones. And I brought some of our green favorite ones. I brought an avocado. And if you've not tried one of those, you might want to. It's bumpy and rough. It almost looks prehistoric. It reminds me something about a dinosaur, and I don't know why, but it tastes really yummy. And then we have this kiwi that's not really green on the outside, but it's green on the inside. It's kind of brown on the outside. And we have some yummy green grapes and some yummy green broccoli, and then we have this delicious green cucumber. Now, cucumbers, like I said, are green, and they grow on a vine on the ground. And the leaves of the cucumbers are so big, sometimes it's hard to find the cucumber, but every place that a flower grows, there'll be a cucumber that will form there. And we can do lots of things with cucumbers, including making pickles, but today we're going to make cucumber water. We even have our gold cup, especially for St. Patrick's Day. So if we were going to make the cucumber water, we would just slice up some cucumbers after we've washed it really well, put it in a pitcher, add some water to it, and let it sit for a little while. And that cucumber makes a very refreshing water that might be a little bit more interesting to drink than just plain water. It might just encourage some of your little leprechauns to try something new and different. So try some cucumber water, or just eat some cucumbers or some of these other delicious green foods, and have a happy St. Patrick's Day. Come back and join us again next week for another segment of Storytime Cooks, where we learn about food through books.
We love food colored green, bell peppers and long string beans, pickles, celery, cucumbers too.